Okay guys, welcome back to Trading Up with Smitty. If you're new here, this is the channel where we trade physical assets for the rest of our lives in the pursuit to grow wealth. We started this channel with a snowboard, and since that snowboard, we have traded many times since, all the way up to what you'll see in a hot second. We have an item that's worth about $3,000, so I think we're doing pretty good. We're currently into our assets for 900 bucks, and then you guys can make the call on what I'm about to show you what it's worth. But today, on this channel, I'm gonna show you not one, not two, but three items. Whoa. Three items that we were gonna add to the channel, or not add to the channel per se, but we have three current items on Trading Up with Smitty. I'm gonna tell you what we're into each one for, what I'm hoping to get out of it, and out of each item, and or just like my idea, thought process on like what we're gonna do moving forward. And then I'm gonna deep dive into each one of the three in a separate video, so I can be a little bit more clear about that. But just to make this one a little bit faster, let's go show you all three of those items right now. Woo! Guys, here it is. Item number one, two-stroker smoker. We have a 2008 Yz250. So we traded the snowboard all the way up to this. We did snowboard, we did gas-powered skateboard, we traded for the CB360, we traded from that we traded for the AR-15, then we got the Honda Goldwing, then we got the Honda Shadow, and then we got the wood stove for the 350 in cash, and then we got the wood stove for the LT100 Enduro, and then we traded the Honda Shadow for what you haven't seen yet, but I no longer have it, so I'll tell you now, for a Z125 Kawasaki 2018, and then we traded that, plus we traded, what we did, we traded a Cub Cadet. How we get a Cub Cadet? We traded the LT100 for a Cub Cadet zero turn, 51-inch zero turn. Thanks to Chris. Chris, thanks a lot. That was a huge one for me. I big time appreciate it. We traded the zero turn for an AR-15, and then we traded the AR-15 plus the Z125 Kawasaki for this here, your guys' truly Yz250 two-stroker smoker. Super pumped about this, guys. This is incredible. So, all the math done backwards, we're into this about for $900, maybe $1,000 bucks. Let's just call it $1,000, but I did do the math on a whiteboard, and it breaks out to be about $900. Although I did get some new grips, a new seat cover, and not really much else. We're gonna do this for about $1,000. This is what I was saying, it's worth about $3,000. You guys drop it in the comments, is it worth $3,000 or not? However, if it is, we will be tripling our original capital that we have into the channel. So this is item number one. In just a second, we're gonna move on to item number two. But I do wanna say this just real quick. Now that we're into this is what I would consider a much cooler, easier thing to trade, right? You start out with really small stuff, and it takes some time to build some like persuading power, to get some offers, to get some yeses. But with this bike here, this thing rips. We'll make some footage. We're gonna deep dive into all three of these on a different video. But this thing's probably the fastest bike I got. This thing's wicked fast, and it's awesome, right? People love these, so to trade this shouldn't be that hard. To trade up, it's a little bit harder, but we'll see. I've traded up every single time so far, and I think we're just gonna keep on moving on to item number two. A 1983 Honda Goldwing. Wait a second, Smitty. You already had a 1983 Honda Goldwing, and you traded to Uncle Matt for a wood stove for 350 cash. Guys, this is true. That is exactly what happened. And then, this is why this is back on the channel. I just thought it'd be a great idea. So, the reason why this is back on the channel is at a certain point in time, Uncle Matt borrowed a little bit of money from me. It was like $500. No big deal. We're brothers. We love each other. And the bike was still here because he lives 3 hours up north. So one day he's just like, I had this go-kart that I also got for Chris. So Chris, huge shout out and thank you, brother. I got this go-kart for free, and my brother was like eyeballing it a lot, and he's like, hey, how about this? How about, since the Goldwing's already at the house, why don't you give me the go-kart you got for free? We call the $500 a wash, and you keep the Honda Goldwing. And I said, I guess, right? Wasn't super stoked about it, but really not against it by any means. So now we have the Honda Goldwing back on the channel. So we're into this for $500. And guys, guess what? So cool, okay? We're gonna deep dive in on this one too, right? That'll be very soon, because right now, within the next 30 minutes, I have a trade coming today for this. I cannot wait to show you. I'm gonna be adding some cash to this to persuade these people. I'm not really trying to get over on anybody, but it is trading up. I got, you know, everybody's always got the reasons for taking on what you got. Just so happens the gentleman who's getting this, his dad retired from Honda. They absolutely love Goldwings. This bike was actually seized up not only but a couple of days ago. I've never unseized a motor before, especially not on a big bike. I've never done anything like that. However, I took the time, I watched some YouTube videos, I got some advice from my brothers, and I worked my butt off. I got this thing freed up, and I 100% believe this will be a running bike. But to make the trade even, and you guys get to decide, watch the next video, like and subscribe. You guys get to decide, was the trade worth what I'm trading, because I'm adding in 750 cash. So the next thing I will have capital of 1,250 in. The 500 from this, the 750 cash, was it worth it? Put it in the comments when you watch that video after you like and subscribe. And yeah, the Honda Goldwing, this thing is beautiful, and it's back on the channel, guys. So we have the Yz250, the Honda Goldwing, and one more item. Let's go check it out. Guys, another Yamaha, another two-stroker smoker. We got a Yz85. For those of you who have been following my channel, in the very beginning when I started this, I decided that I was going to add on a second thing to the channel, which ended up being this. I traded my first ever pistol. It was a Smith & Wesson 40 cal compact, Smith & Wesson 40 cal compact, Kyle, I traded that, I paid 500 bucks for it, and I traded it for this straight up. I thought it was going to be the deal of a lifetime. Turns out it was not. I ended up spending another $1,000. I took this over to CC Moto Works. Shout out to you guys. I spent another $1,000 getting this running. I had to rebuild the motor, several things. It wasn't just like changing out a piston or anything like that. We had to really get in there and do some stuff. I don't really know what we did, but we got it done, and I got it back ripping, which is super awesome. Since then, so that's 1,500 bucks, 500 pistol, $1,000 cash. We're into this for $1,500. And then also, I did buy new plastics, new graphics, seat cover, and grips. I'm gonna say we're into this for another 150 bucks for that. Maybe it's, let's say 200. So we're into this for $1,700. It's a 2003 Yz85, brand new top end compression. Well, it's a little rip and wrap, a little son of a gun, right? I'm not even gonna talk about what's been done to it. 1,700 bucks. Was it all worth it? Well, it wouldn't have been worth it if I didn't keep pushing forward. Sometimes you can overpay for stuff and you can overdo it, but at $1,700, I still feel pretty darn confident that I'm gonna either A, trade up to something cooler, bigger, better, and or B, if I were to sell it, I could get my money back and break even, which would also be great, because then I'd have $1,700 of new, fresh, free capital. And that's what we're trying to do all the time. Keep capital in mind. You're always gonna have to pay for some things. You're always gonna have to, you gotta buy parts, you gotta do certain things, but you don't wanna go over what you're into it for, right? That's no good. If I was into this for 2,500 bucks, I might need some deep doo-doo, but I'm not. I'm into it for $1,700. I think if I were to mix a couple of these trades, like a Yz250 plus a Yz85 for your X, Y, or Z, that might be a way I do it. I'm not sure yet, I never know. But anyways, guys, that's number 3. Item number 3. So we have Yz250. Honda Goldwing's about to leave like literally in like 10 minutes. And a Yz85. If I add up all of the money I'm into this for, I'm into it for 500, I'm into it for 1,700. So we got right there, we got 22, and then 900, 1,000 bucks. We're into this for $3,200. The Yz250 is worth all 3 of these trades combined, so pretty much think of it like I got a free Goldwing or a free Yz85, which is super dope. Not or, plus a free Yz85. I think we're 100% going in the right direction. We're trading up with Smitty, guys, for the rest of our lives. We're never selling out. If we ever sell out, we reinvest. We're going to reinvest and reinvest and reinvest. And yeah, that's right. We're going to reinvest. Guys, that's what we're doing. We're just going to get cooler and cooler stuff. We're already getting cooler and cooler stuff. We're getting to that cool level. And it won't be long before we're at the very cool level. And that's usually around like a $5,000 item or something more, where you can start getting something that's wicked awesome, doesn't have issues, and just needs like a little bit of a, I don't know, persuasion, some love to get onto that next trade. So stick with me, like, subscribe, share. Can't wait to see you guys in my next video where I deep dive into all 3 of these, and I'm gonna try to get them all traded individually. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Peace.